Hello, welcome back. I'm Martin Anderson, and we're just looking at basically just layouts through W3 schools. And this is just basically how to get your basic layouts. And we're going to look at layout elements as well. Okay, so a basic layout, for example, just on the try it yourself, just have a look at how this works and how you can actually use layouts and use your links. In the previous tutorial we looked at links, how to set those links up, and we've also looked at how to reference links as well um, to various sites. So if you're doing a one-page website linked with social media to get the basics, this is a great way of establishing that. And again, we're looking at styling. So what we've got here is a specific style, and what you need to do is, again, you're using your style sheet. So initially your CSS coding, and I always said I prefer an external style because it's a lot cleaner and you can just link it to that style sheet within your head. So if we have a look at the head here, you'll see that everything's pretty much laid out how we need it laid out. We've got our div container, okay, which is kind of like a solid grey with a 1-pix border. So within that we have our header and footer. Okay, we've got 1em padding around that. It's going to be white, background color black, and so what the white's specifying is the text color. Okay, background color black, clear left, text aligned center. Okay, so everything in there, you can play about with this, and you can play about with the navigation. As you can see, we've got our navigation floating left. It's 160 pix wide. There's no margins around it, and there's padding. Okay, and so we've got our navigation unordered list. There's no style to it initially, and then we've got no decoration. We then have our article, which is based here, which is 170 pix. It's in solid grey. There's no overflow to it, and that's just basically, we've got everything within our head. So we can put that on our style sheet. And within our body, we've got our container. We've got our header, which is in our H1 tag. And again, we've got our navigation, which is our unordered list here within the bracket. Href London closed. Close the bracket there. It's got our open bracket there and then closed. And I want you to have a look at lists and brackets as well and see how that works. And we've got our article within that, and it's just a case of just having a bit of a play about with this and just seeing how it actually works. Just closing that down, we've got our layout elements where we've got a header, navigation bar. We might have an image, then an article, and then a side. Maybe it's a side image or something, and we've got our footer. So there's just different bits. So we have a look, defines the header of the document, nav defines the navigation links, section defines a section in a document. You can have this basic layout running through your pages. If you've got a 4-page website, it's going to be the same layout styled. So you can just keep adding your div to the actual styling, and you can just put in what you need within that. Okay. And so there's tables and the CSS flow properties, and those are the two. Basically, the CSS flow probably works the best, and we're going to go through that. You can use table. It's not the best layout tool, and it's very it's very basic. Okay. I don't think it's the most suitable way of doing things, but CSS floats Again, you can go through each element, have a look at CSS frameworks, but CSS floats are probably the best one to actually use, and it's what we looked at earlier. And again, we've got our div container, our header, our footer, floating left. You can set up your layout within your style sheet. Okay, so everything's laid out how you want it laid out, and we've got our navigation there within our navigation part. Then we've got our article, etc. And again, you're kind of looking at your div class container. You've got that div class equals container, and that's what's contained, and that'll be within your style. Okay, so you can just have everything, and it's just everything laid out how you want it. And again, it's just a case of going through W3 and it's looking at layouts and techniques, and it's using the styles, and it's kind of testing yourself on layouts, how you can lay it out, and just looking at different CSS style sheets that you can actually use to lay it out correctly, and it's something that you can build on. I'd just like you to check this out. Once you've got all the basic code and you're able to use bits and bobs within the website, or able to use elements as a more descriptive term, you can then have a look at your layout, and you can start using your style sheets to float layouts within your website. It's a very brief tutorial. I hope this was useful to yourself, and I'd just like you to kind of play about with this particular element. Okay, right. I'll leave you to it, and just check out the layout page, and just kind of see how you get on laying out your website.